level. This is the bottom of the barrel. All right, this is your 1-star customers. This is the customer you sign on who just generally sucks at everything. And they take an active role. All right, so this is negative active. I can prove that this will work for everyone but me. I have bad luck. Nothing works out for me in the end. I am the special snowflake that nothing works for. My body is different. Calories don't affect me. I could starve to death and I'm immune to death because I could not eat for years and my body would still hold on to fat because I am special. And so what's interesting about this is some of you guys may be laughing about this right now, but some of you are this person, but you just might not be this person in business. You might be this person with your weight, but you're not this way in business. You might be this way in your marriage, but you're not that way in business. Or you are that way in business and you're not in your marriage. You're like, oh, but you know what? Oh, this way of communicating, it's not going to work for us, not in our relationship, but I'll prove it. I'll go to your fucking sessions. I'll follow your little framework for communicating with my wife or my husband, and I'll prove to you that it won't work because we're so special that nothing works for us. You want to prove it. And what's interesting about this is that because it underpins a whole set of beliefs behind this that your identity is attached to. So it's so much harder to say, listen, I've been fat my whole life and it's my fault. It's so much easier to just not have it be that way. It's so much easier to be like, I've always struggled with women, or our marriage has kind of been on the rock, but that's kind of how it's always been that way, right? And so it's so much more difficult to accept that all of that pain and suffering that you've been through is 100% your fault. And so instead, it's easier to just try and actively prove that it won't work. Now, there's some interesting stuff about number 5. So I actually find number 5 people very, very interesting because they, in my opinion, have the highest potential to jump from 5 all the way to 1. And I've had so many experiences in my life. This is the 1-star becomes the 5-star. This is the person that all of a sudden like something switches. And the thing is they go from negative active, they have the active. They're trying to prove it, but they're proving the wrong thing. They're trying to prove it wrong. But all of a sudden, sometimes if you can get it to swap, they just try to prove it right. And then they become absolute fucking animals. And so I'll tell you a story. So there was a gym owner at Gym Lunch, and he was definitely one of these number 5s, right? He was like, it's not like my gym's in a different market. The people here are different. My weight loss leads are different than everyone else's weight loss leads. My market's different. My zip code's different. The corner that my gym is on is different. But all of a sudden, he'd been on enough calls, and I probably ranted at him or something on some live call, and he was like, "You basically just called me a pussy," and I was like, "Yeah, probably, one way or another." And so he said, "I just decided, what if it did work, and what if I took the same energy that I'm doing to try and prove myself right, and try and prove this system works." And what if I just did everything as though it was going to work and I assumed it was going to work? And so he did that. And he ended up becoming one of the top facilities out of the thousands that we had. And then we ended up hiring him because he completely outsourced his gym, made it profitable, made it make more money using the setup that we had. And the interesting part here, and this is what's crazy, same system, same gift card play, same advertising, same gym model, different approach. Different level of competence, showed up and executed in an entirely different way. I'll give you a different example. I had a lady, this was one of my first probably 50 customers at my gym. Her name was Autumn. So Autumn came in and she had the nothing works for me. I have a special thyroid, whatever. If calories, I could starve myself forever and I'd still live. I defy the laws of physics. And after like 2, 3, 4 weeks, all the people that she had started with started losing weight. And of course, now normally in that level 5, she'd be like, well, that's of course that's that way because I'm different than them. I'm special. I get my identity from being special. And I just was like, listen, I was like, do you want to be right and fat, or do you want to get skinny? I was like, which one matters more to you, being right or being thin? I was like,